Hello lovely book dragons and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Joana and I love to talk about books on this channel, specifically fantasy books. And today I changed the setup a bit because I wanted you to see my super cozy Christmas tree, because it's Christmas time. If you know me, I love Christmas. I was dubbed the festive queen last year by my friend Abby, and I love this time of year. The second September 1st hits, I'm living my best life. And today I want to share with you the books I'm planning to read in December. Many of you may know this. I am known for extremely ambitious TBRs, but I shall surprise you. I shall surprise you because it is a very, very realistic TBR. First things first, I want to talk about a book that I'm currently reading because today is December 1st and I haven't finished it yet. I'm roughly halfway through. I just haven't had as much time to read as I thought I was gonna have, but I'm very happy about the other things I'm doing in my life, so it's all good. But the book I'm currently reading, and I don't have it here with me, is A Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb, the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy, and I am loving it. I'm just so happy being back with Fitz and the Fool and Night Eyes, and I'm just so freaking happy. And yeah, I am currently reading that book and I am gonna finish it. It's gonna be one of the next books I'm gonna finish. Well, the next book I'm gonna finish, and I'm just so excited. I don't know if I'll finish it very early in the month because tomorrow my friend Sophia from Sophia's Thoughts is gonna come visit me for the weekend, and I know that no reading will happen. So either I'm gonna finish it before she arrives or after. Regardless, I'm super excited. I'm loving this book, and so much so that I'm putting Golden Fool on this TBR as well. This is the second book in the Tawny Man trilogy, of course, and Sophia and I have been buddy reading these, and I am just super excited to continue on in the Tawny Man trilogy and the realm of the Elderlings in general. This is one of my main goals for 2023. It's going to be to finish out this series because I am obsessed. I am fully obsessed. I am on the Robin Hobb hype train now, and I just love this. So Golden Fool and Fool's Errand are both on my TBR. I mean, if Sophia and I really decide that we need to read the last book, which is called Fool's Fate, then we may, but as of right now, this is not in the plans because Sophia has other reading plans. But Golden Fool, I hope we can get to it. Sophia, we need to get to this month. Basically, this month I'm reading all my favorite authors, which is something that I really wanted to do. So I'm putting only like a few books on my TBR, but if I have time for more, I want to read more books by authors that I absolutely love and haven't read all their books yet. I actually have a video on my channel about my favorite authors and then the books by them that I haven't read. I can leave both of those videos down below if you want, and up here, and you can check it out. And I've made some progress since then, of course, in a few of those authors, but not all of them. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. December is like the month of happiness and joy, and that's what I'm giving myself with books. So the next book I'm planning on reading here in the month of December is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. This is the only full-length Cosmere novel. Actually, now it's not the only one anymore, but this was the only full-length novel I hadn't yet read in the Cosmere. So Elantris is definitely on my TBR for December. This is my biggest priority, except for finishing the stuff I'm already reading, of course. This is Brandon Sanderson's first published work, which is why I haven't picked it up yet. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it, but some of my trusted friends absolutely love this, and I don't really care, to be honest. I love Brandon Sanderson. I love the Cosmere. I'm gonna read this, and I just know that this is about a city of people who used to be gods, and now there's a disease and they're no longer gods. Am I even remotely correct? I have no idea because I don't like knowing things about books before I go in, but yeah. Elantris, definitely going to be reading this. And then I'm going to be reading some of the stories in Arcanum Unbounded. I've already read a lot of these stories. So what I'm planning on reading is I'm going to do a reread of The Emperor's Soul, because I've heard you need to read that story before going into The Lost Metal, which just came out. And I'm also going to be reading The Hope of Elantris. I want to read all the works that are put out in the Cell world, on the Cell planet, so in the world of Elantris, where Elantris takes place. So that would be Elantris, The Hope of Elantris, and The Emperor's Soul. I'm going to be reading those three. And then if I still have time, I have a few more short stories here. I've read some of them, but not all of them. So if I'm looking at it, I would also probably like to read Almancer Jack and the Pits of Eltania. I still haven't read that one. And then I would like to read Shadows for Silence in the Forest of Hell. That is going to be a reread for me. I read that one years ago. And Sixth of the Dusk. And then I will be all caught up with Arcanum Unbounded as well. So those are some of my plans for Arcanum Unbounded, is to finish all the stories in here that I haven't read and reread some, just because it's been either too long and yeah, I want a little bit of a refresher to have everything fresh in my mind. And that leads me to technically the last official book that I want to start and finish in the month of December, and that is The Lost Metal by Brandon Sanderson. This is, of course, the final book in the Second Era Mistborn trilogy. Mistborn Era 1 is my favorite trilogy of all time. It has a very special place in my heart, and I am super excited for this book. I have reread some of the books in Mistborn Era 2. I finally finished Mistborn Era 2 right before this one came out, so now I'm no longer up to date. But yeah, I heard that you need to read Emperor's Soul. I heard that there's some Elantris stuff in it, and I just wanted to read Elantris beforehand. So I'm going to be reading everything in the, like I just told you, and then read The Lost Metal and finish out my year with some Brandon Sanderson. Wow, and some Robin Hobb, and maybe some Abercrombie. Maybe I can read some of his short stories or something like that. But though, that is my official TBR. And then if I finish all of that and I still have time, because December is really, really busy. There's a lot of Christmas marketing and going out with some friends before everyone goes away for the holidays. So if I get everything done and the end of the year approaches and I still have some time, you know, in my reading schedule, I'm gonna start my reread of A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Of course. Guys, I'm so excited. If you missed it, I am co-hosting a read-along next year for A Song of Ice and Fire. We're calling it the A Song of Ice and Fire 2023 Read or Reread Along. This is not a hashtag. This is just what we've been calling it unofficially. I will leave the announcement video, which was a live show that was hosted on Joanna's channel, and she was so kind to host it. And she is one of the co-hosts, alongside with Jolien from Jolien Reads and Alex from Tall Guy Reads and Scot, the booktuber. And together, we're going to be rereading A Song of Ice and Fire next year. And I know a lot of you guys are already planning on joining us for the first time, for the 100th time. It doesn't matter. I am so excited for this. I'm going to be creating a lot of A Song of Ice and Fire content next year on the channel. If you don't like A Song of Ice and Fire, I'm really sorry, because it is going to take over my life next year. I don't know, beyond excited to get back into this world. Ever since finishing House of the Dragon, I read Fire and Blood, and then I was still obsessed. I was watching so many discussion videos about House of the Dragon, about Game of Thrones, and I started a rewatch of Game of Thrones, and I'm still so invested in this world, and I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it in December, and then I'm gonna read this through January and finish it then. Unless, you know, something happens and I finish it in December, which I don't think will happen at all. But if it happens, it happens. But I don't think so. Regardless, the live show for A Game of Thrones is going to be on Johanna's channel on February 4th. So if you wanna join us for it, you have the whole month of January to read it, and a few days in February as well. Those are my plans. I'm gonna be throwing in a few holiday rom-coms probably here or there, just because, you know, 'tis the season, and I'm gonna be wrapping gifts, I'm gonna be doing some cleaning, I'm gonna be doing all these things where it's harder to focus on a fantasy novel, you know, with just an audiobook. So I tend to audiobook all my holiday romances and just go that way. So that could also be a possibility. It could be that I throw on a fantasy audiobook. I don't know. These are the solid plans, and all the rest is just bonus. If I can read anything else besides all of this, then I'm gonna be even more happy. But if I can read all of this, I'm already gonna be super happy, because December is shaping up to be a crazy busy month, but a really fun one. Let me know in the comments down below what you're reading for the final month of the year. What are your plans? What are your goals? Are you joining us for the 2023 A Song of Ice and Fire Read or Reread Along? I'm so excited. I need to contain myself. I'm so excited. January is looking insane though. Like, I already have so many buddy reads lined up that future Joanna's problem. Anyway, that is going to be for me today. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you're planning on reading this month of December. If you just want to let me know that you were here, leave a dragon emoji as always, and or a Christmas tree emoji, because 'tis the season after all. And until next time, happy reading. Bye guys.